Hey, welcome back to this latest product review. I'm your host, Grant Roberson. Now, I've been test driving vehicles for nearly 20 years, seeing dozens annually. And at first glance, what I want to see is, well, showroom quality. When a vehicle arrives, you want to see that curb appeal that really turns heads. But also that goes along with that is helping to protect our vehicles for the longevity. And naturally, keeping the outside is job one, but also the inside is, well, requires just as much attention. And thankfully, there are products out that do that all the way from the floor up. Now, what we have in front of us today is a special floor matting that really does just that. Keeps our vehicles looking perfect all the way down to the carpet. Now, first off, what you're traditionally going to get from the manufacturers is basically straightforward matting, just a carpeted kind of material, very little protectant there on the back. So I'd say that if anything spilled on this particular mat here, possibly would seep right through, even right down to the permanent carpeting in the vehicle. But thankfully, you have matting like this that is perfected to your specific model. Now, these mats aren't created equal, this one being straight from the manufacturer and this one from our supplier. Now, what we're seeing first off is, again, this carpeting, and what it does is it just picks up all of that debris that we have when we get into the vehicle, almost gets stuck in. Now, this is somewhat custom, has some nice locking into place, so this isn't going to slide around like the good old days, and some extra grip here and there. But again, with this kind of non-rigidness and modest overall thickness, I have a feeling that this is not as big as a protectant to the lower carpeting as what we see here. So what we're going to do is actually take out with the old and in with the new. Now, a little bit diving deeper with this, first off, we're going to notice is it obviously has this nice molded look to it, and that's going to come in handy because it's literally going to fit directly into this vehicle as if it is literally made for it, and you'll see the customability of it when we put it inside. Also, it has the locking mechanism just like our own floor mats. That means this will literally lock into place just like the ones that came with this vehicle. Now, this set came with 3 floor mats, specifically one for the driver's side, one for the front passenger, and a elongated one that's going to extend all the way across the second row there for the entire length. Now, here on the driver's side, what you're going to notice right away is, again, the custom molding that goes along with it. Everything is meant to be the way it looks. This area right here obviously is going to fit over this hump on the left side. This area is cut out obviously for the accelerator, but as you slide it in, you can tell how it just fits like a glove. You're just going to kind of ease it in right into the right spot, and then as you lower it, you will begin to notice that the pegs that come up from the floor that hold the traditional manufacturer mats are sitting right perfect where they need to be. You lock them into place real easy with a nice press down of your hand, and then what you really notice is how it extends from one side to the other, clearly filling the whole area, and again trapping any type of moisture from snow, rain, whatever, and mud, preventing it from getting onto the carpet and simply staying right here on these rigid mats. Now, just for comparison, taking the older mat and laying it on top of the new one, what you can really see is the size difference that goes on with it. Basically, the old one fits quite snugly inside the new one, but the new one really extends much further than the manufacturer, covering this area here as well as having those higher elements on the outer side. Again, creating like a little cavern that helps with any moisture and trapping all dirt debris into the mat. For the second row, this seems like it might be a little bit more complicated because you have foot areas for both side back passengers, but also that interesting hump there in the middle. But thankfully, the new floor mat is molded specifically for this area, so again, it goes in just as easily as the front. They always say don't cry over spilled milk, though I would argue that if you spilled it on the traditional floor matting, well, I might want to cry, because just getting that milk out of the traditional mats and maybe even that smell is very difficult. But here on these mats, much different story. Basically spilling it on right there is again not going to penetrate down because it is such a heavy rubberized matting. And again, you can see how it has that kind of spill-proof capsule that holds everything into place. Then cleaning it off is, well, one lickety split with the spray of the good old garden hose. That does for this latest product review in our test drive with these customized floor matting built specifically for our vehicle, helping give a lot more longevity to the interior, protecting it from wear and tear, because after all, it's not just about sunny days, but also about the rain and snowy conditions, which certainly will take the mud and the muck and transfer it there on the inside. So helping protect our vehicles definitely from the floor up is going to add to, well, of course, curb appeal, but also the resale of this vehicle years down the road, because when it comes to upgrades, it's not just about when we upgrade our vehicles, but long before that, when we upgrade with our floor matting. Now, as always, thank you for watching this latest review and look forward to seeing you next time.